Okay, what's going on, y'all? Let's get to it. The planet Venus. I'm about to teach y'all how to love. What I'm about to teach y'all already know. Like y'all have been doing this maybe unintentionally. So what I'm about to say is just going to assist you in being able to do it intentionally. So let's begin with the planet Venus. And by the way, this derived from me doing a Pisces tarot reading, and I was speaking how the Pisces couple is going to need money for their relationship. Now, I didn't give the deets until any extent that I can't. No, I didn't. I didn't give the details of why this couple would need money or those couples will need money. I just said it's going to take money for the relationship. And that some people may be offended by hearing that because they say, well, what does money have to do with love? It has everything to do with love. I must break the news to you in case you did not know this. In astrology, Venus rules over love and love rules over money. Don't think Jupiter. It's a different kind of money. We can get into that at a different time. But Venus rules over money, y'all. Point blank period. And Venus is the love planet. Point blank period. So what part of this are y'all trying to go around? Get in the comment section, let me know. Some of y'all have, and I get it, some of y'all have philosophies that don't require money to be involved with love. Okay, I'd like to hear that too. Elaborate, get in the comment section. Because I'm telling you, no matter how you try to wrap this, money is involved with love. I don't know how much you're going to spend on love between you and your significant other, your lover, but it's a thing. Now, if you want to talk about different things in life, which I think some of your philosophies would come from, which is security, which is discipline, which is things of that nature, we can have discussions about other planets. I can take you there. But when you want to talk about love, then you're talking about money. All right. I sound matter of fact, don't I? But I must be forward with this description, with this discussion. And trust me, you can say whatever you need to say in the comment section. I'm not tripping. So the first thing we need to understand is that Venus, or the things that Venus rule over, right? It rules over harmony, balance, reciprocity, negotiation, compromise, cooperation, love, money. I believe I said balance. Gifts. Let's stay there. I believe that's it too, but let's stay there. Attraction, please. We cannot leave out attraction. All right. So now that we have all of those things established, and again, let's not forget money, the exchange of value. All right. Now, what's important to know is this as well. All planets in astrology are teachers. So Venus is literally teaching you how to love wherever it's transiting, whenever it's transiting, wherever it's placed natally is going to forever teach you during this lifetime of how to love. And that's the bottom line, B. We can always come back to these discussions as much as y'all like. Just get in the comment section if y'all. But I'm giving you the surface level stuff. I'm not giving you all my game. I'm not giving you all the secrets about this love shit. Not just yet. No. Not like that. I'm not forking it all over for free, but I will scratch the surface for y'all. So let's get to it. So now that we know that Venus is the teacher of love, all planets are instructors or teachers in astrology. Whatever sign that teacher transits is suggesting to you how to interact with the instruction from the teacher. All right. So whatever the characteristics are of the sign that Venus transits is how you are to interact with the teacher. Now I'm going to say in detail what that means at the end of this discussion, because I'm going to give an example of how Venus is transiting Gemini right now. All right, so hold on tight for that. So now, there are 4 major places that you want to look at in astrology when learning how to love. Those places will be Taurus in the 2nd house, Virgo in the 6th house, Libra in the 7th house, Pisces in the 12th house. Now I'm going to clarify why those places are so important. So let's begin with Taurus in the second house. Very important, and they're all important, but Taurus is very important. It's the only fixed place that Venus rules over. All right. Not only that, it's a unique place. Not only that, it's the place in the astrological, in the zodiac wheel that deals with the self, the singular individual. Virgo deals with more people in the workforce and stuff like that. Libra deals with more people, public at large. And Pisces deals with everything and everybody, aliens included. So here you are, Taurus. Yes, feel special. It's your time, y'all. And you got this planet that teaches love ruling over you. But Venus is a planet that wants two or more people. Like, that's where it does its thing. That's where the balance comes out. That's where the reciprocity, that's where all that comes. I even had someone tell me before, I didn't speak to her in a while, but she said, I think Taurus rules over planet Earth. And they just duped us with Venus ruling over Taurus. And to this day, that sticks with me. I was like, that was a brilliant thing to say. But anyway, I don't want to digress or take away from this discussion. So we're going to keep it how we have it, right? Taurus rules over Venus. So this is good because, I speak about universal basic income like I did in my doc. And astrology will show you that Taurus, which rules over personal finances and materialistic attitude, being a fixed sign, a succeeding house, just is an expression of the universe and God warranting that from man. Everyone should have a fixed basic income because it's fixed in Taurus. It's just the language is right there. So what do we? And kudos to America for putting the systems in place, right? But when you read in between the lines, you could tell where the power plays are. And it's like, okay, yeah, you got to job hop from corporation to corporation in order to maintain a fixed income. But in between, you can see dwindles, and then you got to get on unemployment. And what if you got a job off of the books? Then you can't get unemployment. And what if you get fired? You can't get unemployment. And there's these loopholes that are just like, well, wait a minute. This does not guarantee a fixed income. Eventually, these things will come, y'all. I'm telling you, I don't know how much longer it is we got. I could look in the stars and try to do predictions on that and stuff like that, but I'm trying not to do that right now because I don't want to worry about the wrong things. I want to focus on the things that's right in front of me, type shit. So, but that's Venus ruling over Taurus. It's a fixed position. This is a place that deals with the self-valuation, self-evaluation, right? So remember, Venus rules over attraction, and this is the important part. I would say the most important part about Venus ruling over Taurus is that the way that someone takes care of themselves, adorns themselves, dresses themselves, doesn't dress themselves, these are the things that attracts their significant other, their lover. And Venus likes this because it's like, okay, I can get you your boo thing. I'm trying to pair you up. I'm trying to shoot you with that Cupid arrow. I'm trying to get you in, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's up? So those are the things that attracts your significant other, your lover, your partner to you. The way that you take care of self, the way that you groom self. And this could range from the simplest of plains, bars, right? The beiges, the blacks, the browns, the blues, to, colorful flower looking type shit. You understand what I'm saying? It can even be the words that you speak. You might not do much. But the words that you speak, you got to get the gab, and the chicks just be like, oh, the way you talk, I'm just like, yo, where they make you at? You like, who, me? You know what I'm saying? Type shit. Taurus rules over the throat. Venus rules over the throat chakra. Come on, let's talk about it. Let me talk my shit. You understand what I'm saying? I'm teaching you how to love. So that's what's important about knowing how to money, because look, you can observe a person. I will tell you that some people, and this is if you look in the on the internet these days, if you're looking in the, I won't say the right places, but if you see these types of videos that pop up of the genders having discussions with each other about dating and relationships and stuff like that, what's going to come up a lot of the time is money. And then they get to discussing, well, how much so-and-so makes and how much this person makes and that person makes. I don't care. We're just going to rock out, the lighting. You can see I'm bothered. I'm irritated by the lighting, right? But I would say it like this. If I was to give any advice about Venus being over Taurus, I would say, look, try your best not to be intrusive when it comes to asking about the person you're attracted to, about their money. I'm not saying you can't discuss money. I'm not saying you can't bring it up from time to time. I'm not saying that you can't even bring up your money. Just try not to be intrusive on your person's money, because it's like in order too. It's like it's still in the Taurus phase. To ask someone about their money, like how much they make, is pretty intrusive, considering you're in the beginning stages of a relationship, right? And it's important that you observe the individual the same way that these tech companies want to get our information, because they want to learn us, machine learning, so that they can market directly to consumer, so they can predict how many goods and products are going to be sold based upon our consumer behavior. That's all stock market shit. You see the big bull in front of Wall Street. It's New York, baby. It's right around the corner down the block. It's a little bit further than that, but you get what I'm saying. It's all stock market shit. What do you think they're doing? They're evaluating the individuals, the Tauruses of the world. We all got Taurus. We all show up as Tauruses, the Taurus field. Another time, another story. So you should be looking at your mate the same way, is what I'm saying. The observation is what's going to be enabling you to gauge how that person spends their money. You may not know how much money they make, but what you can tell is how they spend it, whatever they have. And you can pretty much tell from their attitude, at least I would say half of the time, of how well that's going for them. You understand what I'm saying? Like if you see people who are that's a wrong assessment. I was about to do that too. Like if you see people who are cranky and grumpy all the time, to associate that with having a lack of money, that's not true. Because I know people who are loaded and that are like that, and it's just like, yo, let me get the fuck away from you. You are a fucking wrecking ball. So that's a wrong passive judgment right there. But my point still is to assess your significant other, the person that you're attracted to, because then you also know how to get them gifts. So like I said, Venus rules over gifts, right? So it just doesn't have to be giving someone money or giving someone love. You can give it in the form of a gift. And you'll know what will float your significant other's boat by observing them. Like, oh, I bet you if I got them one of those, they'd be happy by it. You get what I'm saying? That's the importance of Venus ruling over Taurus. You get to learn about the person's self-evaluation. And you can gain a admiration for how someone loves themselves. You get what I'm saying? Some people overlook that, and you can hear that in some of these discussions that I was talking about when they're like, oh, yo, I asked him how much he made, and he told me, and I was like, what? I need a 6-figure nigga, And it's just like, yo, ma, you asked that, first of all, a little bit too early. Second of all, look at how you reacting and responding to that. Like, this is just the beginning. Like, you don't even know what could have potentially happened with that. But it was just like, you made your assessment based fully on digits. And I'm not, they do it for whatever reasons they have, I'm not dumb. I understand. I get it. I'm just paying attention and I'm explaining it the way that I see it. But when I look at it from an astrological perspective, I'm saying, look, when you're just getting into it with someone and you're vetting them, that's one question you do your best to stay away from until you get to at least, well, what do you do for work? That's a better framed question, because now we're going to take Venus in Virgo. We're going to get to Venus in Virgo. What do you do for work? All right? Because Venus falls in Virgo. That's why I'm saying this is one of the major points that you want to know about teaching you how to love as well. Because what does it mean to fall in Virgo? Well, it depends on what astrologer you're asking, first of all. And I think all astrologers that I've learned from do have great points when they bring it up. But majority of astrologers that I've come across have said that when a planet falls inside of a sign, it means that it's not organically expressed, it's not easily expressed. has a tough time expressing itself or manifesting itself fully. All right. What I've come to the conclusion of is when a planet falls inside of a sign, that it means it's in the 3D frequency. It's more in the lower rung frequency. It's materialized. KRS channel said that the West, America, England, etc., benefits from planets falling inside of signs because we're so materialistic on this side of the world. Made sense to me. Whereas in the Eastern Hemisphere, and this is changing, so I've heard from other people in the East, but in the Eastern Hemisphere, majority, at least historically, bars are nice, spirituality has reigned supreme as the planets do what they do organically, which is be in exalted or dignified. They behave exalted or dignified in those signs, whereas when they fall, they really are not expressed as well as they could be or should be when they're in other signs. So now when you think about it and you bring it back to the West and you think about Virgo and you say, okay, well, we sure do love our automobiles, we sure do love our entertainment, we sure do love our food. Those are the most 3 purchased things in America, by the way, in case you didn't know. There's a 4th too, I forgot it right now, the economy. So what happens with us is Venus falling in Virgo is a representation of, well, what do you do for work? 6th house rules over work, routine, health, pets, illnesses, as well as all included with health, right? But like acute illness, chronic illness, all the above. Diet, how you change that, rules over the intestines. So you got one thing, right? Let's start with the food, rules over the intestines. The bigger the budget, the bigger the stomach. Fuck around, bars, I'm still nice. We know this though. Let's get back to the lesson. Enough of me. So you can become inflamed by the things by the type of money you make. Just because you can't stop shoveling down your pie hole. Trigger warning, too late. I should have said that before. I said what I said. I'm not fat shaming. I'm really not. But I do understand people are struggling out here with this shit. But it's a thing. Venus falling in Virgo. That's just one example. That's one sign. Another sign. Now, like I said, this would be the question that is more suitable. What do you do for work? So routinely, you're going to spend your time at work. 5 days a week, probably. 8 hours a day, probably. Some of you more, some of you less. Some of us less, some of us more. Let me include myself. Right? So what happens is, when we talk about Virgo energy, we want to show up looking professional. We want to look the role and everything. So yeah, we might be in our browns, our blues, our blacks, our beiges, but now we shopping at Banana Republic. And don't try to play me either when I say Banana Republic. Some of y'all are like, oh, I'm saying shopping at least at Banana Republic. You know what I'm saying? I've got plenty of fly shit out of there. I'm just saying that because I think that's a real good place to be at, because Virgo doesn't always want to shop on the most high name brands, right? Virgo can get thrifty. Don't sleep on the earth signs in general. But the earth signs can be the most materialistic as well in the same breath, in the same vein. And it's just like, how do y'all do that shit? But it's like this. When you're in a profession, right? And the middle class can attest to this. Y'all know. Y'all get a promotion. Y'all want to look the part. So you're going to come in with that shit on. Some of us even put that shit on before we get the part because we want to look the part before we even get there. We want to show up at work so they could be looking at it like, wow, so-and-so got the part, but so-and-so looks the part. They would look way better with that title. And they would, they looking young and fly. They probably attract more clientele and stuff like that. Let's get them a raise. Let's get them a position that's higher in this, that, and that. That's how it happens a lot of the time. Showmanship is what it's called. I'm not saying it's the fly shit to do. I'm just saying it gets done. But that's Virgo energy. Because Virgos want to be perfect. They want to be meticulous. They want to look the part because they will play the part. Right? It's the workplace. We're going to play the part. So I might as well go all in. So this is what happens with the middle class. The more they get raises, the more they get higher positions, the more they feel like they should switch zip codes. Shit is happening all over America. Or it has happened all over America. It might be in reverse now, according to statistics. But this is also why you hear a lot of the middle class saying, yeah, I make $150 grand a year, but I'm living paycheck to paycheck. because they have accumulated obligations based upon the type of money that they make. And this is Venus falling inside of Virgo because it comes that materialistic that it's just like, oh, I can't live over there with those people. I gotta match my credit. I gotta live in a zip code that matches my credit score. The crime should be lower there. Could take my kids to private school. Oh yeah, we need his and her cars. We need his and her cars because we make his and her money. It's a his and her in this household. Why not? You know? And these are the decisions that people make. I'm not saying who's right, who's wrong. It's not my place. Bars. I'm just telling you, I'm teaching you how to love. I'm teaching you how to love, baby. Now look, apart from that, right? Workplace, budget. Okay. Even from a corporate perspective, I'm going to come back to Virgo after I dip off the Pisces. But I'm going to leave this right here for now. But that's a better place to start the conversation with your significant other and lover. What do you do for work? Right? And they don't got to tell you how much their check is or none of that. Just ask them, what do you do for work? Because then after observing them and learning where they work or what they do for work, you can start piecing together. And then when you don't let the numbers get involved in your head and stuff like that, you get a better connection with the individual. Because again, you're learning how to do balancing acts with this love thing, which I'm going to get to right now. My phone is going crazy right now, but I should have shut it off. Jeez. So look, right? We get into 7th house in Libra now, because this is where shit gets heightened. And look, there may be more money spent in the 6th house than in the 7th house. There may be more money spent in the 7th house than in the 6th house. And again, this is coming off of the heels of people like some couples complaining about money issues and, oh, you can't spend this, you won't want to go Dutch, you want to go half and half with me, fucking crazy, like that type of shit. Pay attention to these descriptions because they're going to tell you, I'm going to show you and tell you where or places where more money may be spent more than others. The 12th house may spend all buku money, but it all depends on how you love. It depends on your love frequency. Very important, your love frequency, because love is a frequency. So when we get to 7th house, Venus is dignified in the sign Libra. Why? Because Libra is about 2 or more people. It's the sign that represents 2 sides of the story. Venus loves to be here. Venus wants to be here. Yeah, I get to matchmake. I get to come over here. I'll get to shoot the arrow in both y'all asses and get both y'all asses humping and going crazy, right? Or at least in initial stages, right? That attraction level is magnetized, right? It's there. Y'all are getting on the same accord. Y'all are on this seesaw now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have reached that level. And it's like some arguments that you can hear, I would say this is more along the lines of celebrity circles, but it doesn't have to be that way. Like, I'm pretty sure you know people from your neighborhood that have been in these types of situations, people that you sat and ate dinner with in the whole nine that are just like, yo, you know, everything was great in the beginning. You know, both parties may be loaded. Maybe one party has got more money than the other. Gender don't matter, whatever, right? But I'm going to keep it from a male's perspective since I'm a guy. And when I bust these stories down. So I'm just like, yo, some dudes, they be on some old, you know, tricking on their broad. You know what I'm saying? Spending money, making them feel good, making them feel nice. And like I said, yo, you need money. Love is money. So although I could be MGTOW and I hear all these complaints and stuff like that, listen, I said in the Pisces reading, this relationship y'all getting going to need money. I'm serious when I said that shit. Love is money. So love costs money. I'm sorry to break the news. No, I'm not. I gotta break the news to y'all in case you don't know. But some guys, they overdo it, man. They overdo it. They're like, yo, I took her here. And some girls, they'll I don't care how much wealth you got. Some girls will pull your coat and be like, you sure you want to go there? We was just over there the other night. We was over at the other spot the other night. Then we was over there the other night. You don't want to just stay in the crib? She might just want to Netflix and chill. She might just want to popcorn and cuddle. Like little shit. Simple shit. Dude, ego get involved. See, when we talk about planets, we talk about instructors, teachers, we talk about the sun, that's when your ego get involved. Nah, you crazy? Listen, woman, don't ever talk to me like that. We going out. You my baby. We gonna do it. Alright? That's your ego talking. Now, you overlooked hearing your counterpart try to balance things out with you. That was an act of love that she did when she pulled your coattail like that. But you let your ego get in the way. You said, nah, crazy. Top of the world, whatever you want, plump buns, right? So now, she like, all right, she might be the type to be like, all right, I'm staying in a woman's place. I'll let you do you. The more that equilibrium gets out of balance, Venus, balance, Libra, balance, the scales tip too far over, you're losing your broad. You're losing the relationship because it's excessive. It's just too much. So what happens is you get in these situations where you feel like you are overcompensating because something goes wrong in a relationship. She is no longer corresponding with you the way that it used to be, congenial, harmonious. And you may be none the wiser. You may be trying to figure it out. You might be like, yo, babe, something wrong? I did something? And she just might, you know how chicks could get, they just be silent. Like, I know this nigga should know exactly what the fuck is going on. Yeah, y'all want us to read your minds. And yes, men, we should be reading their minds. Get telepathic, I'm telling you. But she may be silent about that shit. So what a dude do? The average dude, he goes in his wallet. He try to fix it with his money, with the love. You try to fix it with the love, but what you're not understanding is y'all on a seesaw, B. You already tipped the scales this way with all the money expenditures. She can't even get back tilting back this way because all you know is the expenditures of money. It's really your ego. It's really your ego. If you could do something like counter and negotiate and just like disappear, dip off, for example, right? 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. She finally get in contact with you. Yo, where you at? Been worried about you. Yo, I just taking the time out because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm lost without you, but I'm still got to find my way, right? Eventually she may come around because you tipping the scales over. You not trying to like, you know what I'm saying? Shower her with a bunch of shit. Like, nigga, you don't even know exactly what you did wrong to be making up for some shit. Now, some women will take that shit though. And when they do, what happens when they finally break up because they don't have nothing to do anymore. You didn't give them their place to be who they need to be for you. It's two people. You try to be everything. So now they like, fuck this, and I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Now you like, oh, you stupid bitch, give me my bracelet back, and give me my fucking car back, and all this type of, really? But that's what happens, right or wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's the type of shit that be happening out here. That's part of Venus in the 7th house, y'all. That's part of Venus in Libra, y'all. It's part of it. Now, this is better side, I guess you could say, to where power couple shit goes on, right? Paparazzi, everybody, you want to go where everybody knows your name, and it's like that. The 7th house rules over the public at large, so you got to be able to stomach with you in your boo thing. Everybody looking at y'all. Everybody got eyes on y'all. So if you do well in the 6th house, 2 houses over from the 6th house is going to be the benefits, the resources that come from the 6th house. 6, 7, 2nd house, rules over finances, right? So let's say you're doing well in your job, in your workplace, it spills over into the 7th house. So now you and your boo, y'all get off work, y'all go to the fly restaurants, y'all go to short weekend trips, y'all go to Cancun, y'all take trips wherever, overseas, wherever, right? Y'all doing it. Pictures, flicks, everything. Everybody knows your name. Y'all fucking balling. Y'all doing your thing. Bars. Nice. Right? But you got to be able to keep up with that because now you got paparazzi type shit. And I'm not saying like real paparazzi, but maybe you are at that level. This is power couple shit. If you aren't, then the neighbors know who your name is. The neighbors know your name. They see y'all coming in and out in his and her cars. They see y'all putting the luggage in the motherfucking back of the truck. Right? The gram sees y'all if y'all that type because it's public at large. So y'all are probably that type if y'all on some Venus in the 7th house, Venus in Libra type shit. So again, when I'm saying, yo, these Pisces couples, y'all gonna need money when y'all get in this relationship. You are hearing my descriptions. You make it fit the way it's supposed to fit. Pause. Right? But I'm just teaching you how to love. I'm just teaching you how this shit goes. Am I leaving anything out from the 7th house? Bars, that's bars too. I don't think so, but if I feel that I am, I'll come back to this. Now let's get to the 12th house, because Venus is exalted in the 12th house of Pisces, in the sign of Pisces, all right? Now 12th house is like fuck you money, but I don't mean like throw it in your face money. I mean behind the scenes. If you and your significant other, your lover, if y'all was CIA agents, this is the type of love I'm talking about. All right? Type of shit you see in the movies type shit. You know? Y'all put on y'all little silk scarves and shit like that, and they probably ain't gonna be name brand. Just silk scarves. Cloak yourselves, big old blue block of shades on. You know what I mean? When I say fuck you money, I mean being able to pick up whenever to go wherever, whenever y'all want. That's what I mean. So you may think from hearing that it's going to cost more money for Venus being in Pisces in the 12th house than it would for Venus being in Libra in the 7th house, or Venus being in Virgo in the 6th house, or even Venus being in the 2nd house of Taurus. And I may tell you it might be total opposite, because the 12th house is about loss, and it doesn't have to be forced loss. It could be you just shedding and becoming a minimalist as time goes on. As time goes on, you make yourself lighter, less expenses, frees up more money to do whatever it is you want to do. Also, 12th house rules over passive income. So they don't teach this much often, but 12th house rules over passive income. And gurus most oftentimes will teach you that passive income is bullshit, something you don't even want to waste your time on. And I understand everybody has their pitch to sell their products. I'm not hating on them, but I'm here to tell you I like passive income, because 12th house rules over sleep. Passive income is like when you sleep, your bank account says this, and then when you wake up, it says more. I'm going to just leave it at that. You know what I mean? And if that doesn't make you happy or feel fuzzy inside, I don't know what the fuck can make you feel fuzzy inside. You know what I'm saying? Pause. But real shit. Like, so when you can make that type of money, basically when you don't have to trade your labor for money, you already did the labor, right? So example would be, this is the poorest example probably, but a music song that you upload to one of those streaming sites and they pay you 10 fractions of a fucking penny. Fuck it, let me throw some assault in there. So, you know, but it's still passive income. But, or another product or service that's like that. You may have another product or service that's on, it could just be bought. It could just be bought with the click of a button, and it costs $300 a pop, $1,000 a pop. Still passive income, right? So you make it fit the way it's supposed to fit. But when you have that type of money and you mitigate your risk and you minimize your expenses, then it's nothing to be like, yo, mom, you want to do brunch in Rome? Well, fuck yeah, let's go to brunch in Rome. And then you have like an asset over there in Rome, or you want to go to the United Kingdom, you want to do tea and crumpets in the United Kingdom, sure. You got an asset over there. Notice how my language is switching. I say asset instead of a person or a people. Like, yeah, you got an asset over there. That's that intelligence agency talk. That's 12th house shit. And I don't mean clicked up like, yo, you got gang out there. In fact, no, none of that. You got one asset out there that's heavily entrenched in the community, maybe even the government, maybe both. That can get you put up, get y'all unidentified too, undetected. Get y'all in with y'all little blue blockers and y'all scarves on. Y'all get your tea and crumpets, y'all do whatever the fuck y'all want to do. And y'all come back. Y'all might have an import-export business. 12th house rules over foreign affairs. Sales, 7th house sales, 12th house sales. Sailboats. Notice how the Libra scale looks like a sail on a sail ship. I'm spitting right now. Listen. But you might have some import-export thing going on, right? Nobody might be the wiser. 12th house Venus and Pisces is more like nobody got to know what the fuck we doing. Now 12th house rules over misers too. Hoarding of wealth. Y'all might have it. But, you know, you donate to a hospital here. Slip the envelope in, blue blockers on, scarf wrapped around your mouth. Nobody knows who the fuck y'all are, and y'all want to keep it that way. Anonymous. All the envelopes say anonymous type shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's the point of it. It's more about frequency when Venus gets in Pisces. It's the most highest frequency that you could be on. So when everybody thinks that they want money for all of these things, at least in the West, which rings very loudly, right? For all of these things, you want to be asset rich and stuff like that. For the show of it, 7th house showing it. What you find out with Venus and Pisces is you really want to just turn your frequency up, the highest frequency of love that can possibly be. You just want to get with someone that you enjoy their companionship, and you want to get away, or you just want to chill. You want to lay up in the bed. It could be just as simple as laying in the bed, B. Spending that type of interactive time based on attraction levels and being in harmony and in sync with one another. That's what you're really getting the money for. And not for nothing, you might be, again, y'all might be the loaded type. Y'all might be the loaded couple, right? And still want to vibe at the highest frequency like Venus and Pisces, but y'all need money for the relationship because the workforce needs money. So the 6th house, and that's why I said I'm going to get back to Virgo, the 6th house actually needs more money because the workforce needs it. Other people need help. Other people need service, right? 6th house rules over service too, as does the 12th house. Virgo and Pisces have that in common, being in service to the people. Pisces spiritually in service, Virgo materialistically, hand to hand, person to person, being in service, right? So if the workforce needs funds to do what it is that they do, they need to be financed, then you can see why having money in addition to what it is that the couple has, the love produces, is for. So again, these are the reasons why people, and unbeknownst to you, this is a reason why a lot of corporations do what they do. They love to get things done to serve other people. A lot of corporations love helping people. Why else would they do it? Of course they help themselves, but why go through all of that if you didn't have any type of inkling of passion to help other people? It's an opportunist thing to do when you empower yourself when doing so, but can you really blame them? Now, the profit, the margin based upon CEO to employee, that's a different story. I don't even want to taint this video like that. I don't want to build them up and then tear them down in the same sentence, right? I'll leave that up for us to do when this video ends individually. But that's me teaching y'all how to love on that note. Now, I'm going to use a real world example in real time for Venus transiting the sign Gemini right now, right? Just entered not too long ago. So this is astrology applied. Like I tell people, look, if you get a natal chart reading from me, fantastic. But don't let it waste away. It could be a waste of your money and your time if you don't learn astrology applied, bars. But I'm serious. So don't sit on it and don't learn how to actually do astrology. Because you can get the blueprint all you want, but don't you want to learn how to build the building? So this is an example of astrology applied. Venus transiting the sign of Gemini right now, right? Since it has occurred, I think I got like 3 sales that came in, right? So Venus rules over money. I told y'all that. Now, the sign that it enters suggests how you should interact with the instructor, the love instructor, the money instructor in this case. Well, probably the love instructor too. I'm gonna get to that. So what happens? The client gets curious, ruled by Gemini, about information, ruled by Gemini, and therefore wants to be educated, wants to learn about that information, also ruled by Gemini, learning, right? What happens? They propose, a negotiation occurs between the two of us to where we cooperate, we come to terms of agreements, they read my terms of agreements, they click my link, they make the purchase, I provide them the information, we squared away, right? Real time, this has happened in real time. I can't make this shit up. It just is what it is. Now look, I'm a Pisces. I'm gonna go even further. I'm giving y'all game. I'm not giving it all, but I'm giving y'all some, teaching you how to love. So, come on, let's knock it off. So, the sale occurs, the product gets, sold, and everything is squared away, everything is great, right? Now I'm a Pisces. So Pisces is my first house. In the solar dial, I got a natal chart too, but we all got solar dials. Wherever your solar dial is, your sign is the first house. That's how the sun is. That's how the universe is looking at us, all right? So Pisces is the first house for me. That means Aries is the second house for me. That means Taurus is the third house for me. And all of us Pisces included that's watching. And Gemini is the fourth house for me. So astrology applied suggests that the money Venus that's obtained from the interaction with the love planet or the money planet gets squared away or allocated to the fourth house, because the fourth house is the classroom. It's the reason, it's the intent behind why we do what we do at a particular time during transits. So I'll be paying rent during Gemini season. And I mean that like specifically. You know how sometimes I tell y'all like, yo, you could hold this bill off and pay that bill, and you might look at it as irresponsible and stuff like that. When you look at the natural laws of the universe, you get to understand what I'm talking about more. You can have the money, but something is perverted about being obligated to all of these things at one time. Just think about it. If Venus is in Gemini, how can we be obligated to paying money to things that are Leo-ish, things that are Virgo-ish, things that are Taurus-like, or things that are Cancer-like, when Venus is in Gemini right now? You understand what I'm saying? So the rest of the world that are pumping out these products and making these sales, a lot of it is forced advertisements onto people, convincing them that they need these things right now in this 30-day cycle. And a lot of people are locked in these contracts. A lot of people are taking on debt and doing all kinds of strange things for change. And we have to float your boat. I'm not saying anything is right or wrong here. I'm just teaching you how to love, right? But if Venus is in Gemini, then we should be focused on making money in Gemini expressions. The whole world, y'all. The whole world. If you want to learn how to love, like, this is how the fuck we love. But it's not like that, and I understand. But like, if you got a car note right now, it's very understandable because Gemini rules over cars, right? So if you take the money that you obtain from your sales and you paid on your car note, justified. Back to Pisces. You paid on your rent, you paid on your home, you paid on your mortgage, justified. It's for the fourth house. What else? Gemini, this is for entrepreneurs who are all selling information products. This is the time for you to be pitching your advertisements, also ruled by Gemini, by the way. So if you was to pay advertising right now, you'd be smart. I bet you would come back to you. And the advertising would be from word of mouth too. Yo, just make sure you mention me when you go to that conference, you heard? Here go my link, here go my, you know what I'm saying? Here go my number. That's advertisement too, word of mouth, communication, that's ruled by Gemini. But this is a great time for entrepreneurs who sell informational products to put your stuff out there, because you can make a lot of money right now. It's teaching you how to love. V. It's the money planet, Venus. Right? And it's a form of love when you exchange value. You like what somebody does, you view them, you observe them, right? Remember I told you about Taurus, you see that they love doing this thing routinely. And you're like, I just love how they do what I'm gonna spend some money with them. And vice versa. If you want to take a course right now, this is the best time to do it. Go buy a course from someone that you value. You see that you could learn something from them, and you may be in the process of doing it right now. You might have just did it yesterday, like, yo, and this is what I'm saying. I'm just teaching you stuff that you already know, that you would have been doing anyway. And you're just like, yeah, I just bought a course the other day. You did it because Venus is in Gemini. You're trying to learn some new shit. And kudos to you for wanting to learn some more shit. Because all you're doing is equipping yourself with more knowledge to make you more advanced. You understand what I'm saying? Now, furthermore, I believe I got a gift in the mail. Like, I got an email, right? Emails ruled by Gemini as well, all forms of communication. Got an email saying that there's a gift on the way to my home, fourth house. Remember, I'm a Pisces. Gemini rules over the fourth house. Coming to my home. I think it's a gift. I don't want to get to celebrating and, you know, start celebrating this shit prematurely. You know what I mean? But I think it is. If so, Venus rules over gifts. It would be an act of love, right? Maybe I'm saying that too soon too, but I'm just saying it would be lovely if it was a gift. I'm guessing it's a gift. So that's another example. Look, I can't make this shit up though. Like, I'm serious. Another example of Venus being in Gemini. I'm just teaching you how to love, B. Just teaching you how to love. And you can expect to see more and more descriptions like this happen throughout Gemini season, and so on and so forth when it transits to the next sign. You get what I'm saying? So for those of you who want to go over your books, you might want to look at those bills. I'm giving game right now, but hey, look, sometimes people gotta, you know, sometimes people get their money late. Because you might want to look at those bills that have nothing to do with Gemini, and you might say, you know what, that can wait. That can wait until Cancer season, because of whatever house Cancer falls in for your sign under the zodiac wheel. Trust me when I tell you. Now look, I'm gonna leave you with this too. I got 10,000 Gemini for my natal chart. So what do I do for a career? I sell information. I consolidate ideas. I connect thoughts with people, and that's how I get by. That's how I do my thing. That's my career. That's what I do. It may look like I do other stuff, and if it looks like I do other stuff, it's because Gemini is in my 10th house. Gemini is the multitasking sign. So I don't necessarily even, like, how should I say it, pride myself. I'm not doubting myself in that light either, but I just usually, I guess I don't see myself like that, you know. With the solar dial, I see myself more as a philosopher. I'm starting to see, which is Sagittarius in the 10th house. But if you're a Pisces, all Pisces, Sagittarius is going to fall in the 10th house for our career, for Sagittarius, for our careers, for our midhavens, you know. But I see both. I ain't gonna hold you. I see both. But this is definitely a description of how I could see Gemini being in my midhaven natally, because I do sell information. So, is that enough? Yeah, that's enough for now. Until next time, I'm out.